Hello again, everyone. Welcome to TOEFL preparation course. In this session, we are going to talk about listening functions, skills 11 up to 13. Now let's start from our first skill that we are going to learn today. Skill 11, listen for expressions of agreement. Agreement in bahasa Indonesia means persetujuan. When you agree with someone's opinion or statement, you can show your agreement using expressions. Now see the following table. Here we have two kinds expressions of agreement. First, agreement with positive statement, and the second one, agreement with negative statement. For agreement with positive statement, we can have expressions like so do I, me too, I'll say, isn't it, aren't they, don't they, you can say that again. So here, for positive statement, we can have elliptical sentence like so do I, and then so does she. And then you can also have me too, she is too, or you can say I'll say, artinya aku setuju. Or you can also have question tag. For example, isn't it, aren't they, don't they, iya kan? So that means you agree with someone's opinion and you can say that again. What about for negative statement? For negative statement, you can have elliptical sentence using neither do I or I don't either. Now let's see the first example using agreement with positive statement. It means the agreement is shown or is stated with positive statement. On the recording you hear, I think that the hypothesis is indefensible. So do I. What does the woman mean? On the textbook you read, A. She is unsure about the hypothesis. B. The hippopotamus is behind the fence. C. She thinks that the hypothesis can be defended. Or D. She agrees with the man. So remember, you have to focus not only on the second, but focus on both speakers. Why? Because the first speaker shows the statement and then the second speaker shows the agreement. So here on the second speaker, you have expressions of agreement by saying, so do I. So it is agreement with positive statement, yeah. So you already know the answer, that the answer is D. She agrees with the man. What about agreement with negative statement? Let's see the example. On the recording you hear, these paintings are really fascinating, aren't they? What does the man mean? On the textbook you read, A. These paintings aren't very interesting. B. He isn't fascinated by these paintings. C. He isn't sure how he feels. D. He finds these paintings quite interesting. Now see the tips. Remember, focus on both speakers. The first speaker says, these paintings are fascinating. So here we have the keywords paintings and fascinating. Fascinating means interesting, menarik. What about the second speaker? The second speaker says, aren't they? It is the expression of agreement with negative statement. Jadi speaker yang kedua setuju pada pernyataan speaker yang pertama. Lukisan ini sangat menarik. Lalu speaker kedua bilang, ya kan? Nah, speaker kedua setuju dengan statement yang diberitahukan oleh speaker 1. So here the answer is D. He finds these paintings quite interesting. Kita pakai padanan kata fascinating yaitu interesting. Now let's move on to the second topic. Skill 13. Listen for expressions of uncertainty and suggestion. Okay, so what is actually uncertainty and suggestion? In bahasa Indonesia, uncertainty means ketidakyakinan. And then suggestion means saran. So it is possible in part A, in the short dialogue, you can have the second speaker stating or expressing uncertainty and suggestion. So let's see what words or sentences that you can use to show uncertainty. For uncertainty, we can have question tag. For example, blah blah blah, isn't it? The house is very big, isn't it? Blah blah blah, aren't they? The students are very lazy, aren't they? So here we have question tag. Nah, bedanya apa dengan question tag di sini dengan question tag yang pertama tadi? Nah, yang pertama tadi itu adalah agreement ya, yang kalian pakai hanya adalah ujungnya saja atau tagnya saja, bagian belakangnya saja, yaitu isn't it, aren't they. Tapi untuk menyatakan ketidakyakinan yang kalian pakai adalah versi lengkapnya. Jadi bukan hanya isn't it saja, tapi ada statement di depannya. Misalnya tadi, the house is big, isn't it? Yang kedua, misalnya, the students are very lazy, aren't they? Jadi speakernya tidak yakin kalau rumahnya besar atau kalau siswanya sangat malas. Nah, what about the second one? We can have as far as I know. Sepanjang yang saya tahu sih begitu. And then the last one, as far as I can tell. Sama ya, artinya kita tidak yakin dengan pernyataan kita sendiri. What about the suggestion? For suggestion, we can have why not and let's. For example, let's go to the party. Let's go to swim. And then why not? For example, why don't we go to the cinema? Why don't you take some medicine? Nah, that's expression of suggestion. Now let's see the example of expressions of uncertainty, ketidakyakinan. On the recording you hear, is the exam still scheduled for 3 on Thursday? As far as I know. What does the woman mean? On the textbook you read, A. The exam is far away. B. She knows that the exam schedule has been changed. C. She is sure that the exam is set for Thursday. Or D. She thinks she knows when the test is. So here, the tips is to focus on the second speaker. The second speaker states expression of uncertainty by using as far as I know. Setahu saya begitu. So the speaker thinks that she knows about the exam scheduled. So the answer is D. She thinks she knows when the test is. Now let's see the second example using expression of suggestion. On the recording you hear, I'm so thirsty from all this walking. Let's stop and get a drink. What does the man suggest? On the textbook you read, A. They should stop drinking. B. They should go for a walk. C. They should walk 30 miles. Or D. They should take a break and have a drink. So here's the tips. Focus on the second speaker. The second speaker shows expression of suggestion by saying, let's stop and get a drink. So it's very clear. The answer is D. They should take a break and have a drink. Well, let's continue to the third topic. Skill 13. Listen for emphatic expressions of surprise. Now let's see the following table. The typical questions using emphatic surprise is, what had the man or woman assumed? So you can notice that there is the word assumed here ya. Jadi kata kuncinya ada di kata assume. Jadi apa asumsi dari laki-laki tersebut? Here, the expressions of emphatic surprise can be stated using verb. Here we have be, model, present tense, past tense, and past perfect tense. Kita lihat yang pertama, expressions of emphatic surprise using verb be, menggunakan bentuk to be. Misalnya kita pakai is, am, are, was, were. See the example. When he is here. Jadi di sini kita menggunakan bentuk to be dengan penekanan with the emphasis. Jadi penekanannya ada di to be-nya, bentuk to be-nya yang ditulis dengan menggunakan huruf warna biru ya. When he is here. Oh, jadi dia di sini. Jadi maknanya adalah speaker tersebut berpikir kalau dia tidak ada di sini. I thought he was not here. Misalnya lagi, then he is smart. Oh, jadi dia pintar ya. Jadi speakernya berpikir kalau dia sebenarnya tidak pintar. Satu lagi contohnya. So the students are not here. Jadi penekanannya ada di kata are not here. Oh, jadi mahasiswanya tidak ada di sini. Speakernya berpikir kalau mahasiswanya ada di sini. Maka maknanya adalah kontras atau opposite, lawan dari emphatic surprise-nya. See the second one, model. Untuk modal kita bisa pakai can, may, must, shall, will. For example, so you can leave. Oh, jadi kamu bisa pergi ya. Nah, ini adalah emphatic surprise-nya. Maka meaning-nya adalah the opposite of surprise. Lawannya, oh, so you can leave. Jadi maknanya adalah si speaker berpikir kalau dia tidak bisa pergi. So I thought you could not go. Next, present tense. Kita bisa pakai do, does, diikuti oleh verb 1. Then she does go to Hawaii. Oh, jadi dia benar-benar pergi ke Hawaii. Speakernya berpikir dia tidak pergi ke Hawaii. I thought she did not go to Hawaii. Next, past tense. Did followed by verb 1. Kita bisa pakai did diikuti verb 1. So she did read it. Oh, jadi dia benar-benar membacanya ya. Aku kira dia tidak membacanya. Jadi meaningnya adalah the opposite, contrast. I thought she did not read it. Last one, using past perfect tense. Have followed by verb 3. Kita pakai have diikuti oleh verb 3. Atau bisa juga pakai has diikuti verb 3 ya. For example, then he has gone there. Oh, jadi dia benar-benar pergi ke sana. The meaning, I thought he had not gone there. Let's see the examples. On the recording you hear, I just got 600s on the TOEFL test. Then you did pass. What had the woman assumed? On the textbook you read, A. The man had not passed. B. The man would pass easily. C. The man had already passed. D. The man got the score he was expected to get. See the tips. Focus on the second speaker. The second speaker says, then you did pass. It is expression of surprise. So the assumption is the contrast or the opposite of the expression of surprise. Asumsinya adalah the opposite or the contrast, lawan dari expression of surprise. Jadi expression of surprise-nya you did pass, memakai bentuk past tense ya. Oh, jadi kamu benar-benar lulus ya. Jadi asumsinya adalah kamu tidak lulus. So the assumption is the woman thought that the man had not passed the TOEFL test. So the answer is A. Next example. On the recording you hear, would you like to go skiing with me this weekend? So you can ski. What had the woman assumed? On the textbook you read, the man was a good skier. The man was going to ski this weekend. The man did not know how to ski. The man didn't intend to go skiing. See the tips? Focus on the second speaker. So you can ski. Because it is stated using emphasis, it is called expression of surprise. Remember, the assumption is the opposite of surprise. Asumsinya adalah lawannya. So the expression of surprise is you can ski. Jadi asumsinya adalah kamu tidak bisa bermain ski. The woman thought that the man could not ski. So the answer is C. The man did not know how to ski. Well, I guess that's all for today's meeting. I'll see you next time with other strategies in TOEFL. Bye.